Okay, so in this example what we saw was our data was coming from this training.json file. Now one more change that we are going to bring is we are going to bring in one more set of data, and what we will do is we'll put that data in a separate you can say div control, and what we will do is here we will display a ul and li. So ul stands for unordered list and li is kind of an item for unordered list. So li we can say the first, and we can kind of duplicate using control D, and we can call it second. And what we can do is we can put this also as a separate row, and there is a full column over there, so we need to close one and second one. So this way we are closing. Okay, sorry, so one is good enough. So if we go and look at our page right now, the way it looks is, if we refresh, it is showing the items over here, first, second. So first thing what we will do is we'll apply the classes here, and we say class list group, and if I apply that class, we see there's not much change, it just has become towards the left. And with every list, if we say class list group item, again these are bootstrap classes, so we go and put that here, and this time what we will see is this will start appearing as a list here. So this is the second thing that we want to do. So for the time being, what we can do is our jumbotron thing, we can go and comment it out, and so that we can focus on the new list that we are going to put over here. Now what we want to do is this list data we want to get from a backend JSON placeholder. So there is a site which kind of gives us the fake JSON objects. So what we can do here is we can go with the users. Let's see what all users has. Okay, so user has a lot of data mentioned here. So what we can do is we can try getting data from this service. So what we will do, we'll go to our busy app, and as we did HTTP get earlier, the same way we will do another HTTP get, but this time our URL has changed, and we say if success happens, get us the response object, and whatever is coming in the response object, that is what we want to put in some let's say we will put that in scope.users is equal to response. So this is going to be an array. And now once we get the users, what we can do is here in list group item, we can do an ng repeat u in users, and what we can do is inside the li, for now what we will do is we will show only one property of the user. So let's show the user name, u dot name, and let's remove the second li. So now once we go to our page and we refresh our page, we see these users are being fetched from that website, and we are getting the user data over here. So this is kind of very convenient. All we have to do is we just make a call, get call to the service, we fill the object, and using the object we just fetch all the data over here. Now we can try one more service where images sort of things come from the backend. So we go with the items, and this one is photos, sorry, and this one looks quite big. So let's go and fetch the second set of data here, and we call it photos, and we go back to the front end and we say for each p in photos, we print p.title as of now, and let's go and refresh our page, and this time we will see it does take some time to fetch the data, and we are seeing the lot of data being fetched and being shown over here. Now once this is obtained, what else we can do is we can kind of bring something of the nature where we can show the picture over here. So let's see what this thumbnail looks like. So this is okay, this is a 600 by 600 image in URL. So thumbnail is small, so let's go ahead with thumbnail URL. So what we are going to do is, in this list item we will display our data in some form. So what we will do is, we'll say div class equals row, and let's put it this way. So we are putting a row, and in that row we'll put a 2 column. So we say div class is equal to column md, let's say 3, and that will be the first column, and we will say div class is equal to column md, let's say 9 for now. For now we'll put rest everything there. In the first 3, what we will do is, we'll put an image tag. We'll say src is equal to, and this data that we have will be coming from the p dot thumbnail URL property. So let's copy this, let's paste that here. Thumbnail URL, let's paste that here. So this will become the image, and the next thing that we can show is, okay, title can be shown over here, and here we can directly go and say inside p tag, let's go and put the title directly, p dot title. And now let's go back to our page and refresh it and see what kind of thing it renders. Now if you say this is not loading the image, and reason behind that is simple. What happens when this page is being processed, it first sees the image source, and after that Angular scripts are loaded. So the page is rendered, but Angular is not yet loaded, so this property will not be available because this object is not yet filled. So in order to do that, what Angular developers did, they gave an ng source attribute, so that whenever you have any images to load, it's better to use ng source. Okay, right now also this is not coming as expected. Server responded with the status of not found. So let's do something else. Let's put this also into curly brackets and see if that solves the problem. And now we are not seeing any image at all. Okay, so images were taking some time to load, and now we see the images are gradually appearing. Yeah, so we do get images. So it's a lot of image transfer happening. And let's try with ng source also. We should see some problem with ng source. Yeah, so ng source is giving us some problem. Finish loading. Thumbnail URL. Okay, no, with ng source also things are taking place. Now one thing we can give it a try is, we can say ng cloak, and let's refresh it again. So now with ng clock, what typically it does is, yeah, so these images are coming. What we can do right now is, let's do a limit to 10 for now. So this will make sure like it shows only 10 images at a time, and load time also won't suffer over there. So ideally, if we just show the few images, then we do not have to wait for long time. So if you see, these images are coming sooner, and if we make it ng src, and now we go and refresh, we see that error is kind of gone. So this is a better way of kind of showing the images using Angular. Now this text that is coming, we can go ahead and we can do some formatting around this text. Okay, there is some album ID as well. Anyway, so what we can do is, this text we can format in a way where we can say class is equal to image title, and we define this class over here. Right click, quick edit, let's add this, and we say font size is equal to 200%. Let's apply this, refresh it, and we see the font size has increased. We say color and dark magenta. Let's go and see. Okay, looks a little better. And the title that we are seeing is, we can say, uppercase, and we go and apply this, and this time we see all the image titles are coming in uppercase. Now search query filter can be applied over here as well in case we want. So let's close the styles. So for search query, what we can do is we can apply, after limiting it to 10, we can apply the filter and we say query. Now what will happen is, if we issue a query, let's say we go and do this Poro, P-O-R-O-O, then we see that it is going only those items which have this por in it, and if we say Poro, then we are getting only those two items which have Poro in the name. Well, so that was about JSON placeholder and using the service to get the data from any server.